Ooh, we jumped up to 7 waiting.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody.
You need to turn your speaker off, Debbie.
I just muted it.
Oh, there's people.
Good morning, Marianne, Tina, Cherie, Rosie, Chris, and Gina. Some of my favorite people.
Oh, well, Sherry's here, so we can start anytime.
And Maritza. Thank you, you and Marianne, for the Facebook. Congratulations.
Yeah, we're starting just a little late because Debbie's anniversary gift arrived this morning. Like they finished up about 20 minutes ago or 15 minutes ago.
Good morning, Georgia. Hi, Angela.
Yep, Debbie's out sitting at her brand new dining room table set. She's not in the what do we call this? The war room or whatever. And she's over.
Hi, Jenny.
She's using our brand new radio microphone.
Well, you would have to see it. Maybe I'll do a picture sometime of the old dining room table.
Oh,
You couldn't write on it anymore. It was so scruffed up.
it wasn't scruffed up. It
Thanks
was
to all the
antiqued.
grandkids.
It was stressed.
Don't know what we're going to do with it, but now I can write on the top of the table.
Yeah, well, I think those man-made wormholes and things will still catch your pen.
There's not that many of them. I can work around those.
You can work around them. What do you mean, ooh, not poo?
Hi, Chris.
Wow.
If you sit it on the curb, it'll be gone in minutes. Yes.
I missed something. Is that our anniversary that's gone if we sit on the curb?
Hi, Dorothy.
I know what you mean.
Welcome.
Oh, I've got to tell you my favorite garbage curb story.
Hi, Jan.
Back when we had our kids at home, our refrigerator broke, or possibly I broke it. Anyway, I called the garbage company and asked them if they would be able to pick it up, and they said yes. And garbage day came, and they completely forgot about it. So I called them up, and the next week I put the fridge out at the curb, and they didn't pick it up. One of our kids, just for the fun of it, took a crayon and a piece of paper and wrote "for sale" on the paper and taped it to the front of the fridge that was on the curb. And the next morning it was gone. We lived in Southern California, and I guess it was a high crime area or something. Or the garbage fairies took it, which is the story I'm sticking to.
Well,
Okay.
it is. My one clock says 10. The other clock says 10:01.
Well,
Thank you, Chris. It's been an interesting anniversary.
We won't discuss that. Yeah, it was yesterday. That's old news now.
Yep.
Anniversary's over.
It's in the past. That was yesterday.
You know, romance is gone. Yeah, we'll do this again on our 60th anniversary. Our 70th anniversary, we will make the boxes free. And I hope none of you remember that I said that.
Thank you, Don. And Jody, hello.
Why don't you
Gosh,
talk,
it's so
why don't you
nice
talk
to
briefly?
see everybody here. If anybody is kind of new and kind of lurking in the background, real quick introduction. I'm Debbie. The other voice you hear is Steve. And
And the other voice is the one in Debbie's head that you
and
can't hear.
we started out this business as HomeStrung Jewelry and then created the Gemstone Orphanage.
Because
So
we
if
had
either
all
one of those
these
sound
extra
familiar,
stones.
you're in the right place.
If you're unable to use the chat window, you do need to subscribe to our YouTube channel in order to participate. You can do that just real quickly by clicking on the subscribe button.
That helps us keep the trolls and people who like to post nasty comments out of the group.
I love trolls because then I can make comments back.
Hi, Cheryl. Welcome to our group on our party line. Let's get started.
Okay.
Probably a good number of people are here because of the Facebook Stash Challenge. I don't know where Colleen is. I thought she would be here by now. She didn't say anything to me about not being here.
Colleen's been a very busy girl.
Yeah, she's been really busy, and I'm not going to begrudge her if she's found a time to do
Our
something
goal
else.
was to make sure that she stays busy. Colleen's been a special friend and a supporter, and we do what we can to make her and her website and her YouTube channel as successful as possible. Actually, I don't think she has a website yet. So anyway, if any of you detect any sound problems, please let us know, because like I said, this is the first time we're using our new wireless microphones, which are also supposed to cut out some of the background noise, because last time at our auction, our system crashed at the last possible minute with 15 seconds left on the last auction stone. And so I have 9 fans going on the computer, and I'm going to take my headset off because I'm listening to myself, and it's a little weird, disconcerting.
Okay, so first thing on the agenda is the Facebook Stash Challenge, which we called Dream Dresses. That's been running for the month. I absolutely love the designs you guys made. This was a really fun challenge. I loved seeing what everybody came up with. If some of you are here and you're not familiar with our Gemstone Orphanage Facebook group page and you want to see some really great designs, I suggest you go over there, sign up, and take a look, because we have some amazing talent in this group.
I think we had more entries in this challenge than anything we've done to date, and a lot of them came in the last 12 hours.
We had so many come in over the last 12 hours that I had to have Steve help me with the names, and he's not patient enough to glue
I did glue them.
the name tags closed. And you can see why I've done that in the past, because you can see the name. So I'm going to go walk over there, put my hands over his eyes while he draws a name so that he can't see the name that he's drawing, and I'll have him mix it up a little bit.
Any of you with special powers, you can influence. If you see your name down there, you can control the magic claw and maybe influence it.
We have decided to draw for 2. We'll be drawing 2 names. Each person will receive a naked baby with their dress-up bag. Everybody who participated is going to get a bag full of crystal strands. And the way we handle these party bags now is that we will ship them with whatever your next shipment that goes out to you. Or if you want them sooner, like immediately, you just email me and I'll create a shipping invoice for $6 and we'll ship them out to you immediately. Our group has grown and the number of people participating grew so much that it was the shipping costs that were killing us. So
well, and I ought to mention real quickly a couple other things about shipping. There was a private company that did some of the shipping for the post office, and they eliminated that this last month. And we've noticed that shipping times are 2 or even sometimes 3 days longer. So just be aware, things are taking longer. We had something that was just going across the state, and it took a week. It's sat on the loading dock somewhere for like 5 days. So just be aware, be a little patient. Anyway, we ready to draw?
Yeah, I'm moving over here so I can close your eyes.
She is really in here.
Take your glasses off.
No, I'll just look up. I'll look up to heaven.
I'll cup over here so you can't see. Mix them up a little bit.
Well, I can't see where my hand is.
Yeah, well, you can fill them. And then make sure you funnel just down to
I have one.
You got one. Okay. So our first winner is...
Upside down. That one doesn't count. Patty Brown.
It's Patty Brown. Congratulations, Patty. I am really excited.
Is Patty even here?
I don't know if she's here, but she
she's
got a couple of her entries in really late. So, see, it does pay off even if you put your entries in just a tiny bit late. Patty will be getting one of the naked babies.
The peacock lady.
Yes, she's the peacock lady.
Are you the peacock lady?
Yes.
Oh, well, I better not throw it away then. Okay, Patty, you've won the first one.
All right, let me cover your eyes again.
Okay. Oh, I can see between your fingers.
Nope, I've got them closed.
Okay.
All right.
Gina Raber.
Gina Raber.
All right. Gina, you're going to be getting another orphan.
She gets another naked baby.
She's got so many orphans now that she doesn't have as many as we have, though.
Hey, Steve, Minky Toms is here. Hi, Minky.
Minky. Wow. My second favorite person in the whole world.
And
I have
Carrie
to say that
Moore. Welcome,
Debbie
Carrie. All right. So I will tell you that I tie the number of drawings to the number of people who participate. So we're right on the verge of upping to a third drawing. You guys just keep up all this good work. Next stash challenge. I am taking a week off, so you won't see anything about it until after the 4th of July weekend. Probably that Sunday, I will post the new stash challenge, and it'll run for the rest of the month.
Or Tuesday.
And just a little hint, I'm not going to give any more details on it, but you can let this sit in your mind for a bit. I'm calling it Name That Baby. That'll be your hint.
You can
Should
tell
be a
she
fun
came up
stash
with it,
challenge.
not me.
So,
because it had a much more interesting name.
Okay, on to the next thing. Oh, real quick, the two people who just won their 2 naked babies, they do get those shipped to them for free along with their crystal strands. So you don't have to worry about that. So
They were, I'm sure they were worried.
Yep. Okay, on to the next big item. We've been talking about it. Our 50th wedding anniversary was yesterday. I'm pretty sure that a 50th wedding anniversary only happens once in a lifetime. So
Sometimes not even then.
So Steve and I wanted to share something really special with everybody, and we had a small glitch show up in it. In that just as I was getting ready to put these boxes together and had more or less picked out the components that I wanted, the tariffs hit. And
we started getting tariff bills.
I was
Our first
not
tariff bills were coming.
able to get as much of the inventory to do as many of the boxes as we wanted to do. The last box that we did, we made it an unlimited box, and we did it in advance so that I had plenty of time to get orders in and put boxes together. The tariffs have made that impossible.
Thanks, Margot.
And so I put together as many identical boxes as I could. We're about to show you one. They are not up on the website yet, but they're all ready. Steve just has to push a button. but he's not going to push the button until we end this Parti-Line session.
Because we didn't want you to leave.
Yeah, so you don't have to run over there right now hoping to get a box. They won't be available till after the session here has ended. At the end of the unboxing, because of the limited number of boxes, we are going to do a very, very special type of adopt-a-box, and we'll explain that at the end after what you see what's in this box. So try not to get too concerned. We're going to try to make sure everybody can participate in this celebration with us. So,
I'm concerned.
Steve, you take it away.
I'm taking it away?
Yep.
Well, then I guess we're not going to do the box. You will notice that we've returned to the box. This actually is a slightly bigger box than that long one. And I made a special sticker for it. Wasn't as special as I'd planned, but it's okay. And let's see what's in. There's the inventory sheet, which I'm going to set aside for right now. And Debbie's favorite color, blue. And she wanted me just to show this because this is our most, what do you call this, pretty looking display.
I thought after we've got it all put together, it actually did look really pretty. The color palette are blues and blacks. Steve's favorite stone is onyx, which brings in the black. My favorite color is blue, but I don't have just one shade of blue. It is all blues. So that's what you're going to see in the box.
3 bags in the box and a little box. Now, this one's silver. They could be different colors and things.
Yeah, each one of the boxes that he's showing right now could be just slightly different. They're not all silver. Some are gold, some are pink, some are green, some are blue. And some of them have a little bit different design on them, but every box will have one of this size and shape of boxes.
And should we show this last?
You can show that last. That's the bonus. That's the freebie.
This is a gift to all of you who buy the box from us.
This is our anniversary gift to everybody. Present. So we're going to show it to what's inside of it. We'll show you last.
Okay, so let me set this aside, and we'll start out with the orphan. And the paperwork is just jammed in here so tight. Let's see if I can get it out. For those of you
that might be here that have never received an orphan, your orphan comes with a certain amount of paperwork that Steve's about to show you, and that's what we're going to start with.
Okay, each one has a really important stuff sheet, which talks a little bit about the Gemstone Orphan that you'll be receiving. And there's also reference to a training guide, which is available on our website. And of course, the Facebook group. So this is the really important stuff. But here is the real most important thing, which is your adoption certificate, which has your registration number and talks about the specific orphan that you're going to be receiving. And this one here is Teardrop, and her name is Rory.
All of the orphans in this collection are blue-banded agates. Some of them have a little touch of druzy in them.
Yes, and they're all different.
But they're all different shades of blue. As you can see, this one shows the real light shades of blue. You've got medium or sky blues, and you've got lapis.
And here is the stone. And this is one of the stones and one of the boxes that will be going out.
Yeah, we just randomly grabbed one of the boxes.
I think we randomly grabbed
it right off the top.
One. That's the one on the top.
We grabbed the one on the top this time.
And there are different sizes and shapes. This one I like because it has this banding pattern, which is almost like your, what is it? Your Persian
That's almost your Persian or a Botswana agate type look to blue. It, the banding.
And until this last week, I always thought that blue agates were all treated to make them blue, but there are natural blue agates.
There are natural blue ones. A lot of them do get a little bit of enhancement done on them. It's a permanent enhancement. It just brings out more of the blue color. So,
In fact, let me show you really quick.
yeah, he's going to show you pictures of some of the other orphans, just so you know this. There isn't just one that.
There we go. I lost the sound for a sec. I forgot to put the microphone in. Anyway, here are just 10 of the stones. And you can see we've got a diamond, teardrops, rounds. We've got hearts. There's a marquee. And here's 10 more. And yeah, you want them all. I have them all, but only for a short time. I kind of like the narrow shield, and hopefully you can still hear us.
It's got druzy in it, so yeah. Some of them, we replaced some of the banding with some druzy effects they literally sparkle and glitter in the light. So
yeah, so here's the first set and the second set.
And this is just kind of a sampling. I mean, every stone is unique and different. They all have their own name, their own personality.
Sorry, I forgot to shut off the auxiliary mic, so you got a little repeat. Okay, so let me put the orphan away for right now, and we'll start opening the bags.
The names came about because of you people who have been with us long enough said you liked the names, and that was one of the best ideas. And
it was one of the worst mistakes I ever made.
He thinks it's bad. I think it's great.
Because now we have to name them all. All right. This is the bead bag, and you can look at it. It's pretty substantial.
We had a hard time fitting everything in the bag. It is so stuffed full.
Oh, and I had no idea there was this many little bags.
If you were looking at the inventory sheet, there are 50 bags and components between this bag and the findings bag. That's part of the 50th celebration. Only I cheated a little bit, and because I wanted to put more in there, some of the bags are doubled up. So it got counted as one bag, but there's 2 items.
Have you got the inventory sheet, Debbie?
Don't you have the inventory sheet?
Yeah, I know, but I'm going to be unbagging and pulling them up, and you can tell them what they are.
Okay, just if you'll...
She has to stand up and come in and get it. Here, Debbie.
No, it's right here.
Okay.
I printed one for me.
See, the beauty of the wireless mic. Yes, Debbie could be anywhere in the house, even some embarrassing places. But the first thing on here is a lapis lazuli. This is a graduated strand.
They graduate from 4 to 6 to 8 millimeter, back to, 6 to 4. There are 44 beads on this graduated strand.
And this is a perfect example of lapis lazuli. And because you've got the sparkle from the pyrite, and you've got that blue, what is it called, lazurite, and then a little bit of calcite in there. They remind me of little dark planets, or the sky with little wispy clouds with the stars sparkling through. So we got the variegated strand, and then we have a second variegated strand of onyx.
There's another graduated strand in your onyx, bringing in the black colors. Same combination. You've got the 4, 6, 8, 44 beads on the strand.
And I'm going to continue with the strands.
Okay.
This looks like a blue banded agate.
This is sky blue banded agate. They are 6 millimeter in size. There are 25 beads on the strand.
And then we've got our crystals disc.
This is one of the items in the box that you can get an either or. I didn't have enough of either black crystals or dark blue crystals to do all the boxes. This one has the black crystals with Miyuki royal blue or sapphire blue spacers. The other possibility is a royal blue crystal with my Yuki black spacers. You'll get one or the other.
Okay,
So.
this is one I didn't know was in there.
Okay, this is a focal. It is a fire agate that is blue and black. It is 14 millimeter in size. It's a pretty good sized round, which is why I'm calling it a focal.
Yes, and this is a horribly expensive stone. How did this get past me, Debbie?
But it contains both the colors for this color palette, the blue and the black.
Okay, I'm going to be randoming opening bags now, Debbie, because there are so many bags. Okay, here is our lapis ovals.
These are 14 by 10 millimeter lapis lazuli foil. They have a good amount of pyrite inclusion.
Yeah, look at the pyrite
in them.
that.
Some of the best I've seen in lapis. You do get, it looks like 8 of them.
You can see why there was a Greek philosopher that said lapis is a piece of the midnight sky, because those are beautiful. This must be old stock. And let's see what else we've got. Looks like you have more fire agate. Oh, this is I was gonna go through this so quickly. When I saw the bags, more fire agate.
Yes, these are 10 millimeter in size, and there are 6 of them. They do match the 14 millimeter. They're just a little smaller. But 10 millimeter is still a really good size to work with, and you can see the blue and black marbling.
Is there
what
phosphate?
I love about this fire agate is it reminds me of marbles.
Yeah. And people don't know this about me, but I was a marble champion as a kid. Yes, Debbie, I was a sports celebrity.
A marble champion, huh?
2 years running. Okay, lapis lazuli hearts. You all know I love these little hearts.
These are 10 millimeter in size. They're just a couple little hearts. A lot of times the reason I only throw like 2 or 4 in is to give you a larger variety of things to see and choose from. I'd rather give you more variety than fewer items where you get more of the same item in case it's one that you don't really like or want to use. So
this looks like it's not onyx.
This is lapis.
Or lapis either.
Yes, it is. This is a very, very high grade of lapis.
Oh, gosh.
Lazuli. Depending on what part of the world it's coming from, this does not have too much of the pyrite inclusion. It's more of a purer lapis. They're 16 millimeter in size. It's a focal again, and you only get one, but they are gorgeous. They're stunning. There are certain areas, I think it's like Europe and that, they prefer their lapis to not have the pyrite inclusions.
Yes.
Other countries and areas like it. So
anyway, we'll set that down right here. And let's see what else I can pull up. Hi, Melanie. She just got here.
Well, a little bit.
My soccer balls.
Yep, this is one that Steve fell in love with when he first saw them. They are onyx, but they have an etched pattern that isn't showing up too good on the camera.
No, it's not.
They look like little soccer balls. There are 2 that are 10 millimeter in size and 6 that are 8 millimeter in size.
I'd always planned on making a men's bracelet with this. Let's see what else I can pull up here. Ooh. I've been working on other things and I didn't always get to see. What are these, Debbie?
This is a designer glass bead. They're frosted. They have various shades of blue with some gold glitter in them. They're just a really unique type of glass bead. I call them a designer bead because I've never seen anything like them. They are crackle glass too.
With these flame agates.
Yeah. And you get, how many do they get on the?
There's like half a jillion.
15. You get 15 of those 8 millimeter. Nope, they're 10 millimeter.
10 millimeter,
two-toned glitter beads. I'm not sure what the
Glitter
name on them
beads.
would be.
It's going to take me 20 minutes just to clean this all up.
They do look like a crackle agate, but I'm not sure if that's what they are, so I'm calling them a designer.
And they do
bead.
have crackles or dragon veining. All right, what have we got here, Debbie?
This one is, again, it's your black and blue fire agates. They are coins, but they have kind of a hexagon faceted pattern inlaid into the fronts and backs. They are, let me see,
like
since
10.
you're jumping all over the sheet,
I
they're
am.
10.5 millimeter in diameter. You get 2 of them.
Exactly, 10.5. If yours is 10, it's faulty. Okay. And we have little faceted.
These are more of the sky blue banded agates. They are faceted rondelles. You get 2 sizes, an 8x5 millimeter and a 6x4 millimeter, 6 of each size. These are really beautiful. These I would definitely classify as an A grade. The manufacturing, the faceting, the cut, the holes, they're just gorgeous.
Right. All right. This is a really big box.
We might be here a couple
Impression
hours
Jasper.
at this rate.
I know it.
Okay, this was a really fun item to add in. There's actually 2 different colors here. Impression Jasper, both of them in blue. There's a dark blue and a sky blue. They are double drilled rectangles. You've got 2 holes running through the long side on each of the beads, and you get 3 of each shade. There's a lot of overlap in the shade. The sky blue has some of the dark blue in it. Let's see, the size on those.
There's a little bit of a sheen to it on some of them.
They're 20 by 10 millimeter in size. And I'm just dying to work with those. Those will be fun.
Okay. This is going to drive Debbie crazy because I'm pulling stuff out at random. Okay, we got some little rice beads.
These are mother of pearl shell beads in a dark lapis blue. They are rice shaped. They're about 11 by 5 millimeter in size, and they have that beautiful glow that you get from a shell bead. So
I love shell beads.
And let's see, there are,
if I had to guess, I'd say 10. And I counted them. There's 10.
Okay. Yep.
And then we have glass stars.
These are a crystal dark blue with an AB finish, dark crystal star. They are 13 millimeter in size. You get 8 of them. They represent one of Steve's favorite things is fireworks.
Huh.
And this was the closest thing I could find that had kind of a firework, because it reminded me of the sparkles and things that go off.
Yes. My family's all waiting for me to die because I've told them I want fireworks at my funeral. Don't send flowers, bring sparklers. Okay, we got a little glass crystal blossom.
Yep, this is another one of the ore possibilities. You will get 2 of these. I think, again, they're 13 millimeter plum blossom crystals. This is the sky blue option. The other option is lapis, the dark royal blue. You'll get one or the other in your bag. Same size, same shape, just a little bit different color, because, again, I didn't have enough to fill all the boxes with the same color.
And then we have crystal hearts.
And this one is a mix. You're missing one of the hearts.
Not that I can...
There should be 6. You get 2 in the dark blue, 2 in an ice blue, and 2 in a black diamond.
Okay, well, this is what was in the bag, so this one's going to have to be fixed.
We're going to have to fix that because there are supposed to be 6 hearts in there.
And then we will beat our packers. Ooh, Sparkly. These are
These
cracked
are a
rice.
crackle glass in a rice shape, and they're half-plated black on clear. So with the clear, you can really see the crackle, and the black just brings in the color palette. There are 20 beads in the bag. They're 8 by 6 millimeter in size. They're just a fun.
There's a
fun
lot
bead.
of black and blue here, Debbie, which is very representative of 50 years of marriage, I guess.
That could be taken several different ways, Steve.
I can only think of one way. We got some daggers. These are a blue-gray.
Just your standard dagger. They're not two hole. They're just one hole, but they're a really pretty frosted dark blue. There are 20 of them in the bag. They measure about 16 by 6, just the standard size of dagger beads. I love dagger. I like working with dagger beads,
I don't think there's anything
especially if I'm doing
standard
seed
about
bead
daggers.
work.
I think they're all amazing. And then we have some crystal cubes. Those look to be about 8 millimeter faceted cubes.
They're 7 to 7.5 millimeter. They are the same manufacturer that does those A-grade discs for us,
You can
but
tell.
they're in a faceted cube shape. They're just a beautiful dark blue with an AB finish. There's half and half. You get two different colors. There's also an ice blue. The camera's not showing the color difference real strong, but you get, I believe, let me see.
I set the camera to auto exposure, so it just kind of changes.
You get 6 of each, 6 in the ice blue, 6 in the royal blue.
Here's another one with 2 colors. I believe, is that a lantern cut?
This is a lantern cut, and again, the same thing. You're getting 6 in kind of a medium blue, and then 6 in a lapis or dark royal blue. They both have an
with the
AB finish on them.
I think the AB finish really shows up more on the darker or opaque.
Yeah, they're
crystals for
8 by
some
6
reason.
millimeter in size. The faceting on them is it's beautiful.
And we have some baby stars.
Next to the discs, I would say these lantern cuts are my favorite crystal.
Well, I like the stars. These look like a 6 or 7 millimeter.
These are actually an 8 millimeter, and they're just a pearl luster light blue star. They're, again, beautifully manufactured. They're very pretty. You get 6 of them.
6 of them. Yeah, so often when we see stars, where the hole comes out at the top point, it fractures, but these don't.
No, I picked these because the manufacturing process was really exceptional. No broken points.
And here's some more. What we got here?
Oh, this is real Swiss blue topaz in a 4 millimeter faceted round. Swiss blue, it's natural. It has not been dyed. Possibly has had a tiny bit of heat treatment to enhance some of that blue color. Some of your blue topazes, they usually come as sky blue, Swiss blue, and London blue. This is your Swiss blue. And all natural. They're A grade. You get 20 beads.
Yeah, my only issue with topaz is it can fade if it spends years out in the sun.
Almost any of your gemstones will fade if they're exposed to too much sun. So
lapis doesn't.
It might.
No, that's why they used it. The old painters used it for paint, dyeing their paint. Because if you look at old Renaissance paintings, if there's blue, the blue does not fade.
Yeah.
Because they use ground lapis. All right, onyx cubes.
These are little 4 millimeter onyx cubes. There are 10 of them in there. They're just fun little cubes.
Yes, these are for me. She picked them because of my square head. It's not really square, just slightly rectangular. And then onyx stars.
And again, I was impressed by how nicely these had been manufactured. They are just onyx stars. You get 10 of them. They're just a little under 6 millimeter in size. I'd say 5.5 to 6.
They're not just onyx stars. They're onyx stars, Debbie. They're amazing.
You told me I wasn't putting enough onyx black in the box, so this is what I did.
And you've got little wheels, little onyx.
These are a he-she. These are onyx he-she. They are 4 by 2 millimeter in size, and you get 20 of them.
And that's it for the first bag. This is just the first bag, people. I've got another bag. Let me see if I can move this all out of the way without losing it.
So there are 30 different components or bags, you might say. Like I said, where I combined 2 colors or that, I would counted it as one.
Okay, this is going to take a half hour to rebag. All right, bag number 2. Thankfully, this bag's a little smaller.
Yep, that's just the first bag. Now the findings
But it's still got the same number of bags.
And the findings bag has 20 different bags in it. Again, a few combinations, but 20 different items. And so between the 30 and the 20, you get 50 items in a 50th wedding anniversary. Only, like I said, I cheated and doubled up on a few of them, but... But it comes to 50 on the inventory sheet. That's all that matters.
Let's start with the leather cord. This is a deep blue.
Yep, this 1.5 millimeter in a dark blue, 1 yard of
the lighting
genuine
here makes
leather
it look a little purpley.
Cord.
And then we have 2 satin cords.
It matches the lapis perfectly.
Oh, yeah. We have
and then there are,
cords.
Looks like he's got both of these. There's 2 more bags of a satin cord. Again, 1.5 millimeter in size. I think they call that mouse tail, rat tail. I don't know. Anyway, again, 36 inches, 1 yard of each in a pretty kind of a light blue and then a black.
I like using the cords.
So...
I enjoy knotting, and personally it hangs better than leather for me, but they're both nice. All right, we have some crystal, we call them rondelles, and it looks like you've got 2 different colors.
Yep. Okay, for a metal color for this bag, we had to go both with gold and silver, so you're going to see a gold option and a silver option. In this case, these are those metal crystal rondelles, 10 of each, 10 in silver, 10 in gold. They're 6 millimeter in size, and they have an A-grade crystal in them. So they have beautiful, beautiful sparkle.
Yeah, we used to get them with Swarovski, but that's gone away. All right, let's look at the little sliders. Debbie likes to hold things. So we've got these marquee cut crystals.
And these are in a stainless steel setting. They are a very high grade crystal in your pretty royal blue to hold. I don't know if you call them a spacer or whatever.
I call them sliders, but yes, they're spacers. They're an accessory. Ooh, there's some hearts.
I think they're 15 by 7 millimeter in size. I'm trying to find them on the list here.
It's got to be close to 8 on the width.
They are 15 by 7.
And there's a pair of hearts.
These are a CZ heart in a platinum plated brass, 14 karat platinum plated brass. You get 2 of them. Light sapphire CZs in them. Just little charms. What are they? It's about 17 by 15 millimeters.
Yeah.
I was thinking earrings when I saw them.
Well, here's the earrings.
Well,
And we've got two different kinds.
okay, so you're getting one pair of the gold. Gotta find them. The
Of course,
hooks
start with the gold.
are CZ cubic zirconia and 18 karat gold plated brass.
Got a
They are
little loop at
17
the
by
end.
3 millimeter in size.
And I like these.
And the little studs, I fell in love with these studs. This is a CZ crystal pave flower stud, platinum plated brass. They're about 11 millimeter in diameter. And they both sets have the little loops on the end so you can attach your beadwork.
And let's do again, a metal spacer, a metal oval. Love the pattern on these.
This is a metal bead. They're just a pretty gold shade with a leaf pattern on them. They
It's like a
are
branch.
14 by 10 millimeter in size, and you get 10 of them.
And then my all-time favorite, the saucers.
They are, let's see, lead-free, nickel-free, and cadmium-free. I should probably say that because we do have some people in the group that have allergies. So I've tried to make sure that my metals are all lead-free, nickel-free, cadmium-free. So,
At least according to our vendor.
yes.
Okay, two sizes of saucers.
These are a corrugated saucer. You get 10 of the larger size, which I think they're 8 by 5, and 20 of the small ones, which are like a 6 by 4. They're just a little spacer bead again.
I love using these. These are great for bracelets.
Spacer beads are how you can adjust the sizing of your design. If you need it a little larger, you add spacer beads. If you need it a little smaller, you can take a few out. So they're a good staple to put into a design.
Well, these are fun because they don't detract from your main focals in that, but they definitely add a lot of interest. Okay, we've got two different here. You've got a pendant.
Okay, the
crystal pendant.
pendant is, let me see, teardrop is a light sapphire crystal. It is not a CZ, but it is gorgeous. And it is 20 by 12 millimeter, has that beautiful flower pattern into the metal. The other one is a really special little charm. She is here as our 50th wedding anniversary. It's one of the items that I specifically asked to have made for this box. She is a little gold orphan girl. She has a CZ heart in her little body there. She's not very big, but she's definitely a gemstone orphan. That's 14 karat gold plating over brass on your metal.
She's got a pigtails.
And she got little pigtails. So, and I couldn't afford very many of those, but every box has one.
So you get an extra orphan.
So you get a little orphan girl.
Yeah, I think we were calling her the little sister. Okay. My dragon here is, there we go, two different clasps.
Steve was born in the year of the dragon, and he has always loved dragons. So when I saw this, turn your dragon over, because he does on the one side, he is CZ crystal pave.
Oh.
He has little cubic zirconian crystals running down his body. Hard to see in the camera, but they're there.
They are there.
And again, this is a heavy plating of platinum over brass. So the heart is a lobster clasp. It's a little bit bigger. I was thinking, people who on their necklaces wish that they had just a slightly bigger lobster clasp without it being like a whole inch big. And I love the little heart shape.
And it has a really smooth finish.
So this is 14 karat gold plating over brass, has a really smooth finish. They're 14 by 8 millimeter on these little lobster.
So many lobster clasps come and they're real sticky. You feel like you need a pair of pliers to open them, but this one is very smooth and nice. Okay, let's talk about bead caps.
Well, there are two sets of bead caps, one
Here's the first
in
one.
gold, one in silver. Which one you got there? Okay, you've
got the
got the
silver.
stainless steel, 6 by 2 millimeter. You get 30 of them.
Just a basic pattern.
And it's just a 5-petal plum blossom type bead cap.
But they add a lot.
I love to use bead caps, especially if I've got an irregular hole in the bead. It's the perfect answer.
Well, I like it because sometimes if you use an undersized cap, it'll make the bead look like an oval.
Almost oblong. The
Yeah,
gold versions are the
those are
same
tiny.
shape. They're little, but they're a little bit smaller. They're a 4x1, and they're in kind of that pretty light gold shade. Most of the golds here match pretty good with each other. The metal bead with the leaf pattern is a little bit goldier gold, but the rest of them match pretty good.
It's goldier?
I don't know what you'd call it.
Cord ends. Let's call this cord ends.
Okay, in one bag are 2 sets of cord ends. One are those 14-karat gold-plated brass ones. I call those really fancy because you can see they have an interesting shape to them. The inside diameter is 1.6 millimeters, so the cord, your leather cord, should fit up in there just fine. Then you get 4 of the stainless steel cord ends, also with a 1.6 millimeter inside diameter. These are made to go with the leather cord.
Any of you have tried to put the cords in, it can be tight sometimes, particularly cloth. And then we have bells.
Yep, you need something to attach your orphan with, and again, you've got a choice between a gold and a silver. The silver is a pinch bell with a really beautiful CZ, cubic zirconian, crystal pave loop up on the one end. I did actually attach one of these to one of the pendants, and it worked beautiful. I was afraid the pinch part was going to be too small, but it wasn't. It moved freely after I got it attached. The other one is not a pinch bell, it's a tube bell, and it's for those who like to work their stones up a little bit different, but it is, let me see, 18-karat heavy gold plating over brass in kind of that faceted textured pattern. It's, let's see, 10 by 8.5 millimeter in size.
All right, that's it for the findings bag.
So a little bit of everything to help finish all those beads up.
Let's move this out of the way. Whoa!
Normally, yes, you can just glue the cords up into the cord ends. There are some that after I glue them in, depending on the cord end, there are some that you can pinch them, close. It distorts so they're not totally round, but they still look really good. Gives it an extra security. It depends on the cord end whether I do that or not. So.
And here is our special gift.
And then for everybody, as a thank you for all the wonderful support you have given us it's been 2 years, hasn't it, Steve, that we've been putting the box.
Yep, just a little over 2 years. Yeah, I was going to do a drum roll, Minky, and I couldn't find a decent one.
So this is our bonus gift to everybody. And it does come in its own little gift box.
Which I hope I can get out.
See if you can get it out without
destroying it.
Okay, I fell in love. I don't know if all of you are familiar with Dee Dee's check designer strands. I fell in love when I saw a few of those and decided to try to put my own together. Other than the little metal spacer bead, every bead in here is a check designer bead on this. So you've got little hibiscus, you've got the different trilobites, you've got I don't know what the main flower there is.
They don't call this one here a melon, or is that just a rice?
These are just some amazing check beads. These are check designer beads. They're not your standard, like your 2-hole gem duos or super duos or stuff like this. These were actually made in the Czech Republic. If anybody's interested, I'd happy to send you the website that they came from, because they go into great detail on how these beads are made there in the Czech Republic. We attached the strand to a black tassel to bring in
Debbie's
Steve's
tassel.
black, and I found these little tiny charms that say 50 on them. So this is the first time I've put together a designer strand like this. So
Might be the last. We'll see. But that is our special gift to all those who get the box. The box is selling for $59.95, and the total value was
$119.76. It's about $120, not counting the check strand that you see here. That's, like I said, that's a free gift.
Yeah.
Okay, now real quick, because oh, no, we're still okay on our time.
We're under an hour.
Yeah, we're under an hour. Because as I explained at the beginning, I was limited as to how many of these boxes I could put together. But I already had all the orphans to do a lot more boxes. Gosh, Steve, I wonder if I should show it real quick.
What's that? The box?
No, the orphans here.
Yeah, the box of orphans. Yeah, bring it in. I started to suggest this, but then the table arrived.
So this set of orphans that Steve is showing you right now are not in any of the boxes. These are just some of the additional orphans that could have gone into the boxes. What we're going to do is we are going to put these up on the website like we've done the collections or the naked babies in the past. You'll get to see the stone, the name, and every one of them comes with that designer strand that we just showed you.
At least the first 30, I believe.
Yeah, and what we're going to do is put these up where you'll pick the stone up. Once you buy the stone, we will email you a discount code that gives you 50% off everything that's in the Adopt-A-Box. I will put all of the extras that I have under the Adopt-A-Box. There are a couple that there aren't any extras of, but there are many crystals, gemstones, other beads that I had intended to put in this collection that I didn't have enough to put it in the boxes. So there's going to be a lot of things on but they were curated for this box. There will be a lot of additional components that you will see on the Adopt-A-Box. So what you'll do is you'll go in, pick out the orphan you want, buy her. We will, as soon as you've bought her, we will email you a discount code. One-time use gives you 50% off. So it brings it down to the price of the components that are in the box. So you'll be able to create the box you want from all of the leftover components.
We will hold the orphan stone until you place your order. There will not be 2 shipping fees.
Yeah, the discount code will also give you free shipping on that order. We'll combine the 2 together in a box and get your orphan on the way to you. But you'll get a chance to pick the orphan this way, and you'll also get a chance to build a custom box, that has the components that you like the most in it. It's the only thing we could think of to do.
It may not be quite as good a deal as the box, but you get to pick everything, including the orphan.
But using that discount code, just keep in mind that you only be able to use it once. So make sure you've got everything you want for your box and your orphan, and using that code. Any questions on that? How that's going to work?
Yeah, the quantities on the extras are all over the place, anywhere from 10
some I had maybe only 6 or 7 extras. Others I've got 40 extras. It's just the nature of the way this all works.
Right.
So
So I don't see any questions. Why aren't there any questions?
I don't know.
We can't be that good. There's just no way. So, oh, I remember. Okay, any questions about the box? Yes. As soon as we finish here, I will go in and activate the cell. It's sitting there waiting for me right now. Work and love, not necessarily in that order, or who knows. So yeah, this is an amazing box. This was fun. There were days when I didn't think Debbie was having fun, but she was.
It was really frustrating not to be able to get more of the components so that I could make up more boxes. Hopefully they'll get that tariff issue resolved better so that in the future I won't have to deal with that and we can go back to doing, the unlimited number of boxes at some point in the future. Last thing on our agenda is the calendar for July. Real quick, there's not that much on it. I'm taking the weekend of the 4th off to do some family stuff, so there won't be anything that Saturday. The 3rd Saturday in July is the 19th. We would like to do either a yard sale or an auction. And we thought we'd ask you guys, which would you prefer? Would you prefer that we did another yard sale along the lines of the last one? Or would you like another auction? I can't put both together this month, but I can do one or the other.
So just type into the comments yard sale or auction. And while you're doing that, Melanie asked the question, there's 2 options, a pre-built box and then a custom box. Yes, there are 2. There's no way we can keep someone from buying both necessarily, but the box is probably the better value if you like, to have a complete subscription box and you don't want to take a chance on some of the components being gone. So like I said, we started getting tariff bills this last month for the first time, which really adds to the cost. And hopefully they'll take care of that soon. Our vendors do as much as they can, but there's...
Yard sale it is on the 19th. We will have a yard sale.
Auction. Debbie's still stressed over the last yard sale.
Well, I think we can do things just a tiny bit different to make it go a little smoother for us. So, yeah.
Melanie, one quick thing. The pre-built, you order the orphan separately, and then we will send you a discount code that you can then go in and order the materials that you want to fill out your box. And that won't be up for
These probably won't be up for almost a week. We need to get the boxes sold, shipped out, and then we will put the additional orphans and all the additional components up. Probably towards the end of next week, they should start appearing.
There it is.
The orphan by itself with that designer strand, like I said, they go together, is going to be about $25, and then what you'll do is you'll go in and create your own box, but they're probably going to be put on sale, and when you get the 50% off, it's going to come off that sale price, so it's going to equate to more than 50% off the retail price.
Oh, the regular box comes with an orphan, yeah.
Yeah, the regular box already has the orphan and that in it.
With the adoption papers and everything. Yeah. Let me real quickly, if I can find my mouse.
And up where it says shop, there's a little drop down menu, and you'll go down to, what did you call it, Steve?
If it's the limited edition boxes.
Okay, it'll be under the boxes.
Yeah, right now it's empty. But as soon as we're through here and maybe have a long lunch, drive up the canyon.
Yes, the regular boxes come with an orphan already in them. These that we're talking about now going up later on, it's the only way we could think of to do it. You'll actually pick your orphan and then go create your box. But the ones that we put up right now all include an orphan, including like the one Steve showed that we started out with. What was her name? Rory?
This is Rory.
Yeah, Rory.
Yeah,
she's in box one. Somebody out there is going to get Rory. So
yeah, with that beautiful ribbons on this one. So yes, it's the Gemstone Orphanage box. Of course, there has to be an orphan in there. Okay, one person said auctions, so I can feel good about things that someone out there isn't cheating and switching them all over to yard sale. I think the yard sales are fun. In fact, I've been working on a theme song for it, which I've been recording myself. All right, which Debbie said I couldn't do. No, I'm not going to do it yet. I don't have it set up on this page.
The rest of the calendar, we have the party, or the yard sale will be on the 19th. Parti-Line will be on the 26th. Our next box or collection release right now is planned for the first part of August. So we'll tell you a lot more about it at the next Parti-Line on July 26th.
And there may be other things, another auction and things. We just haven't laid it out.
Yeah.
And we will give you some warning. But July is kind of a crazy month with holidays and things. Living in Utah, we have 2 holidays during the month. So any other questions? Yes, you are so late. What, Gina just barely came in? She doesn't know. Gina won the drawing. What you got, Debbie?
I'm just reading a couple emails that came in. I don't know if the people who sent me an email are here or not, but a couple of them are asking to be added to the subscription list.
We're viewing.
If you are out there, we no longer have a set subscription type thing. These are limited edition type boxes where you go in and you just buy one when they become available.
We're discussing subscriptions. We're exploring options. Yes, Gina, you won the drawing at the beginning.
No, yes. Gina Raber did. Is it Gina?
Yes, that's Gina. She's Sparklies,
Sparkles, right? Yes, Sparkles.
Sparklies.
You won a naked baby, Gina.
It'll be going into the mail the first of the week.
Yeah.
And for those of you who missed it, the mail service has changed, and it's taking longer for the mail. We don't know what they did, I do know one thing. They got rid of their private contractor on shipping between distribution centers. And it's adding anywhere from 1 to 3 days on the shipping, so I'm sorry. So we've got tariffs on the borders, and we've got shipping issues on the interior. So anyway, you should be happy, Gina. You can add this to your collection of naked babies and orphans.
If some of you want to see what the naked babies look like, go to Gina's channel. She's done several unbaggings and tutorials on some of the other naked babies that she's purchased from us.
Yeah, she has. Yeah, everyone go and subscribe and like her. And Becky's channel and Colleen's channel. They're all amazing. And I can't believe they can turn out tutorials as fast as they can. I swear Becky can turn out 2 tutorials while I'm just setting up my equipment. All right, is that it, Debbie?
Yep. We are done unless people have any questions. We will let everybody go so that Steve can put the boxes up for sale.
Oh, they're not really waiting for that. All right. We will see you all in a month. The next Parti-Line, I believe, is on the 26th or something like that.
I'm
And
excited to see it, Jenny. That'll be fun.
oh, wow.
She's got her first tutorial, first orphan tutorial anyway, going up on Becky's
Oh.
channel.
Oh, on Becky's channel.
Yeah, I'll be sure to watch for it so I can catch it.
And make sure that Becky puts it onto our Facebook group so that everyone else can see it right away. All right. That's
Thank
it.
you for
Hurry.
being here. Thank you for your support.
I've got to clear a little path here so that I can get to it, but I'll have it up there within the next few minutes. All right. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.